It's March 17th, 2026, and this is the Court Gallery. That's right, it's St. Patrick's Day, ladies and gentlemen. Grab your shamrock popcorn and get ready. Today's courtroom stories are as green as they come and a bit unhinged. We've got a furious bride suing her wedding photographer over bizarrely ruined photos with Judge McNally, a terrifying AI voice cloning bank scam with Judge DeSanto, in addition to a squatter who actually tried to sell her landlord's house right out from under him. Judges McNally, DeSanto, and Middleton are on the bench dealing with some of the most audacious defendants we've ever seen. So hit the like button, drop a hello in the chat, and buckle up, because it all starts right now.
Raymer Mullins Ariane versus Falcon Film Studios and Derek Gauchi. Oh boy, this is going to be a tough one too, isn't it? Small claims are never easy. Okay. Just give me 1 second. Are the Lukacs here?
Mr. Lukacs.
What about Laszlo R?
Laszlo's here.
I believe they're both in the courtroom, Your Honor.
You guys are brothers?
No. Laszlo. Put your hand up, Mr. Laszlo. Put your hand up. He's the only.
And then son.
Sad. 1 second. Can you give me just wait 1 second, please?
Your Honor, is it okay if I have my cell phone up here, just manually adjust the hearing noise?
Sure. And your name, sir?
Derek Gauchi, representing Falcon Film Studios LLC.
Okay. Are you the principal of Falcon Film?
Yes.
All right. So you're familiar with the facts and circumstances here, right?
Yes.
If you proceed in the small claims division, you're giving up the right to hire a lawyer, demand a trial by jury, seek in excess of $7,000, and to the extent that you might be entitled to it, I'm sorry, giving up your right to a lawyer, right to demand a trial by jury, and your right to appeal my decision. You can't do any of those things if you stay here. If you want to be able to hire a lawyer, appeal my decision if it's lousy, demand a trial by jury, or any one of those things, just tell me. I'll remove the case to the general civil division. You can hire a lawyer, appeal my decision if you don't like it, and demand a trial by jury. You understand everything I just said, ma'am? Sir?
Yes, Your
Do you
Honor.
wish to waive those rights and proceed here, or have the case removed? Ma'am? Sir?
I'll waive those rights as well.
All right. On behalf of Falcon Films, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And on behalf of yourself, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear affirm. You solemnly swear affirm that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole true self you got, sir?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am. Okay. Tell me what happened. You're the plaintiff, right?
Yes. I reached out to Falcon Film Studios to hire photography and videography for my vow renewal.
For what?
Photography and videography for my vow renewal.
Okay. Do you have a contract?
Yes, I do.
Let me see the contract. So you're renewing vows with your husband?
Yes.
And when did the vow renewal take place?
It's in August of 24
Where?
at Arnaldo's in Riverview,
How many years?
16.
Wow. You guys are sentimental people, eh? That's nice. I'm just saying. That's good. Okay, so you hired.
Okay.
How'd you pay? How much you pay him?
5,225, I believe it was.
I want you to make sure.
$5,225.
Okay. Do you agree with that, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. And so there was supposed to be unlimited video coverage that was going to cost $2,600, right? And there was supposed to be 2 photographers, one unlimited hours and locations, right? Photos to be delivered in a week or less after the wedding. You're going to actually take some of these, the video by drone?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Everything's high tech now. All right. So what happened?
So after communication with Mr. Galchi, he assigned a photographer. The photographer contacted me Monday prior to our vow renewal. I explained to him things that I wanted. There was only one particular picture that I wanted. I wanted the general wedding package. I want pictures of my husband. I want pictures of myself, all of my guests, all of our wedding party. We were celebrating 16 years. This was a really big thing for us. I told him all of this. There wasn't anything that was overly complicated that I was requesting. I felt that I wanted just the regular bridal package, with the exception of the one photo in particular. He seemed like he had an understanding of that. The day of, he arrived at my house. We had a crew going to our friend's house where the men were getting ready, and then so it was photographer, videographer there, and then we had a photographer and videographer at my house.
Okay.
The photographer arrived, the videographer arrived a little bit later. Within 10 minutes, the photographer was argumentative with me about where my pictures were going to be taken prior to Arnaldo's. He wanted to change the location. I said no. It turned into about 3 to 5 minute argument.
Change the location from what to what?
We wanted the pictures, the before pictures taken over at the reserve, the wildlife reserve.
Okay.
Trent, I believe it is, right off the water. And he wanted to change it to Huron Park. I am not a fan of Huron Park. It's not appropriate for a wedding. They do a lot of like homecoming and prom pictures there. There's geese, there's ducks, it's not great. I wasn't walking through all of that.
Okay.
And it's not where I wanted to be. He kept arguing, saying that he knew what he was doing and to trust the process. Everything through the day.
And you said you wanted to have them done at the wildlife preserve.
Yeah, it was over in Trenton on the water.
Yeah.
They just redone it. It was a really nice pier.
I got it. So you guys had a little argument.
Yes. So
And then where did you end up having the pictures taken?
I'm sorry.
Where were the pictures taken?
They ended up being done at the wildlife reserve.
Okay. Okay. So you had a discussion, argument with this photographer
Yeah.
for 3 to 5 minutes. Then what happened?
Then one of my bridesmaids steps in and they discussed several types of several types of pictures that they were like, let's try this at the house, getting pictures, basically getting dirty pictures, which was fine because it didn't seem like there was any issue after that. We did a first look with my son out on my patio, which turned out, it was really nice. This reserve isn't that far from my house, maybe 10-15 minute drive in the same sunlight, in the same atmosphere. When we got over there, we sent him over there ahead of us because we were still getting ready, and I wanted pictures done of all the guys at the pier, take some nice pictures of them. For 43 minutes, they were over there, and he stood there talking to my husband and our friend Mike, one of the groomsmen, about fishing because they were talking about fishing holes. I do have my husband here. He's not named in this because the contract was between myself and Falcon Film, but he can vouch for all phone calls and interactions as far as that with the photographer. We got there.
But so far, as of this point, there's no issue with bad photography or videography at this point, right?
There were several instances at the house. I wasn't sure if I'm supposed to bring this up now. Sorry, I've never been involved in this one.
You're fine.
I wanted a picture of my dress. He argued about the sunlight coming through the window. I said, in my opinion, it wasn't a problem because it was I wanted a black and white photo. I didn't care about the yellow tone of the dress. And then he finally agreed. We put it up above the window, and then I never got the black and white photo. I got an ugly yellow tinted picture. He took pictures. There was one picture in particular. There's a handkerchief, and it says, I'm sorry.
Let me stop you. This is primarily your problem with them isn't over arguments. It's over the quality of the photography, right?
Yes.
And the videography, right?
Yes, with the events that happened with Mr. Galchi after everything was delivered.
Okay, so tell me what the problems were. Let's start with photographs. What were the problems?
I submitted pictures. I did like 18 screenshots of the album that is listed online for Falcon Film Studios, and I sent them in. And now these were all random screenshots, with the exception of one particular screenshot of my veil. There's pictures. The heads were cut off these pictures. Do you have all those pictures with you, Your Honor?
I have the pictures.
Your Honor, unfortunately, the only way that we can print them is black and white.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, I can share my screen if you wanted me to put them on your computer in color. But
I want you to tell me, you weren't saying all these photos are bad, right?
Yes.
All of
As a
them?
whole, this album was not acceptable to me. Do you want these pictures?
I'll look at anything you want.
I submitted these pictures when I filed this. I sent a copy to Mr. Galchi and I submitted it to the court. These are 18 random screenshots of the album. Heads are cut off. And in the one particular picture that I searched out, the Tarko's hand is under my veil in every single picture, and I can't edit that out.
Hang on. Wait, slow down. I want to look. Wait. I want to know which pictures you're talking about. So I'm looking at some.
Or do you want me to go page by page? Right.
I'll let you go page by page. I have the black and white. This is you primarily here.
Okay, I don't think I should I can hold them up or.
Well, you've got. This is the page you're looking at, right?
Yeah, everything I submitted to the court was in color. I printed them on photo paper as well, so I'm not sure what happened to this. But the first page is a picture of primarily of the groomsmen. Their heads are all cut off. There's a picture.
Wait a minute. Where's that one at?
It's the first one in my stack. I'm not sure where it's at in your stack. I don't know what happened as far as from what I gave them.
Do you see the one that I have?
That one, let me find that one real quick. Okay, so that one would be this picture here. It's very dark.
Wait a minute. You got to point to it. Which one?
So these pictures are very dark. They're all pictures of my back. And in this picture, it's the second one up from the bottom on the left. The videographer is standing there on his cell phone.
Let me see those. What do you think about the quality of these, Mr. Gauchi?
I think that they're actually pretty good. I think that they captured the day really well, but her opinion is what matters most. In my industry, we really do have to, satisfy our clients. It's the biggest day.
Can anybody tell me why was this intentional that they're taking pictures of this gentleman's shoes with the orange socks?
Oh yeah, we thought those socks were really just awesome. We got a lot of groomsmen and they'll wear custom socks, and if we don't capture those, that'll be an issue too. And the photographer, whose name is Nick, might be able to explain it better. I'm just looking at it as a photographer myself. That's what I would see.
So she's saying she dropped off color photos, Jen.
Judge, I've got Linda bringing down the originals. When we scan it in, it scans in color, but then when I reprint them, so Linda's on her way down with the original packet.
Okay. Trying to figure out a way that I can have you point to these.
Judge, if I try sharing my screen, it might show up in the.
Try it.
I don't know if this would work. We can see if this. Do they show up in the courtroom?
Yeah. Can you see those now?
Yes, can I approach?
Yeah, you can get closer. You just have to keep your voice up. Turn that microphone around there, if you would, ma'am, right in front of you.
All right, so in the second picture up from the bottom on the left, that is one of the videographers that I'm paying for, standing there on his cell phone.
Okay. Second on the left.
It's the second one up from the bottom on the left. He is on the very left of the picture, and he is on his cell phone.
Judge. I see. Okay. All right. So that isn't good. What else?
The pictures are very dark. This was a delivered album, and I had asked for edits to be made because I want the pictures lightened up. I wasn't happy with these photos because I don't need a dozen photos of my back walking down the aisle. I got no pictures from the front view of any of my party or myself coming down the aisle. And then I was told after the fact that Arnold's isn't that great of a venue to be able to put any kind of camera up front. That was never discussed prior to the day. And I'd had many conversations with Mr. Gauchi about expectations and what I was looking for, and what was going to be delivered, how things were going to be set up. And
Okay.
once said that this was a terrible venue for them to shoot video or pictures at.
Okay, can you go to another picture and tell me which one else?
Yeah.
You want to turn the page, Jen? Right there, stay.
So all of these pictures very dark. He didn't cue anybody coming down the stairs to look at him at the bottom of the staircase and smile so that he could get a good picture. This was a delivered product that I'm supposed to be okay with. There's one person smiling. She's in the very bottom corner. These pictures, I was never told that we were going to get pictures of the groomsmen's socks. That wasn't anything that I had asked for. And that was never explained either in any of the conversations I've had with Mr. Gauchi since the delivery of this photo album.
Okay, go to the next picture, Jen. If you can. Wait, let me find that on mine.
You would have to scroll up on this one a little bit to see the very top pictures. So with my issue with this is the fact that as a photographer, my colors were very specific. He didn't align anybody properly, and I told him how I wanted the girls aligned with their colors, and he didn't do that. The one decent picture that I have is going to be on this screen, the third one up on the right, where I'm in the front and all of my bridesmaids are behind me. One of them has their sunglasses on. That was something that I felt like a decent photographer should just immediately be like, hey, take sunglasses off so we can take a picture. That is the only decent picture of me with my girls that day. And one of them has sunglasses on and they're not even aligned properly in the colors.
Okay,
That was just a request that I had that was again thrown to the side because there was an argument at the pier about pictures being taken as well.
okay. You're all right.
She went to another picture. Another
Next
Go
page.
to another
Sure.
picture, Jen.
in the bottom picture over here on the right, you can't see the groomsmen behind me. Again, sunglasses on.
Yeah.
The pictures are very dark.
You're
And
talking about, wait a minute. Yeah, the one on the bottom right. You can't
Yeah,
see the
right.
groomsmen behind you. You're completely blocking them out.
and there were several pictures like that. The groomsmen, they're very dark. And again, I asked those pictures to be lightened up, and this was the delivered album.
Okay, go to the next picture. What do you have to say about this one?
This is the picture that I specifically went looking for in the corner. On the left side, his hand is under my veil in every single picture. Why?
Yeah.
Every single one.
Hang on. I want to
There's
look.
several pictures through the album where his feet are under my dress. His feet are just in the pictures. I'm not understanding
Is
any
this
of
the
that.
one that says we still?
We still do. That was embroidered on my veil. And I just wanted a nice picture of my veil. And his hand is in every single one of them.
I don't see his hand. Where's his
It's in the
hand?
very bottom corner. He's a dark skinned man. It's hard to see. But you can see it in the pictures that I gave you.
Okay, go ahead.
Feet pictures in the bottom corner. His feet are under my dress. One of his feet are under my dress.
Okay, wait, Jennifer. I'm going to find that one.
And again, there are multiple pictures through the album that his feet are just in all the pictures. And I'm just not understanding why.
Trying to find this one, Jen. Jeez. I'm not sure I'm seeing that photograph. Jeez. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time finding that. All right. Okay. Where you seeing, you said his feet?
So, it's on the screen is the third one up on the right,
Yeah.
and his feet are in the picture. His left one is under my dress.
Okay. I see now. Go ahead, John.
In these pictures, I just want to show how dark the pictures were. The pictures that he took of my guests, it's like the same group, same three groups of dancing through the pictures in the album, and I just wanted to kind of show one of them on here. And then if you scroll down a little bit, you can see there is his assistant sitting on the stairs. Another picture of the floor. Very dark
Jennifer,
pictures.
move that up, please. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That was pretty much it with that group of pictures. Go ahead, next one. So these are all again feet pictures on the left. These pictures, it's the same group of pictures from us getting a photo booth shot. That was pretty much all of the interaction, like with my guests. That was one of the examples.
All right.
Just the same.
Anything else that you need to tell me with regard to the photos?
All right.
Anything else that you want to point out with any of the photos?
No, this one was just to show that was the only interaction pictures I had with my guests, really, like during the reception, other than the initial.
What do you have to say about these, sir?
Definitely some of those speed shots were removed. You know, they're no longer in the gallery. That's definitely embarrassing. Sometimes, you know, when we're trying to push them up to the client right away so that they can, you know, kind of help us get it right. You know, that's our opportunity to remove things that aren't supposed to be there. But, you know, to me, I see it as, you know, something that's not, it's something extra instead of something that's missing, right? But I definitely would not have preferred my photographer to put a shot of the feet in there. Sometimes we just do it to test our flash out, you know, when they end up into the galleries. Not something we like, but they're easily removed. You know, there's a lot of changes that have occurred, you know, since that initial delivery, which was a week after, where we were able to go through and, you know, clean things up, remove, you know, any feet photos, or try to do our best to, we scheduled multiple phone calls with her and emails to try to, you know, see what we can actually do to get these. And we even offered to submit to her all of her raw photos so that she could go through numerically and tell us, like, number 88 meets this. And, you know, we never received that, you know, detailed structured list with any analyzation to try to help us make these adjustments. And one thing I know is that our contract does protect us, right? In some ways, the client is, you know, we can't be at every angle, right? And it says that clearly, like, it's you know, if there's people standing there, we can't stand there. You know, it protects us from that. But I definitely don't want our clients to be upset like this, you know. So I can see from this gallery, it's not our best work. I will say that. But I will say that it does to me appear to be a complete gallery. You know, I believe deep in my heart that we delivered upon our contractual obligations. We showed up that day, we performed our services, we delivered them in a time frame that we mentioned. There's not one thing in the contract that I promised that we didn't do. On top of that, you know, we worked with her, we tried to schedule phone calls, we tried to give her services beyond what our contract even says. Those raw images, which can be pretty powerful, because then she has, like, even more photos to pick from, or just a greater advantage to try to direct us with editing.
Yes,
Yes, you. Why don't you go back to the podium, please?
this album was not adjusted prior to me filing a small claims court. This album was exactly the way it was the day I filed. Nothing had been edited, nothing had been changed, nothing had been removed. Multiple conversations with Mr. Galchi regarding my dislike for this album and my unsatisfaction and my distress over this album. Having look at this over and over again to decide what pictures I want. He's talking about raw photos. He sent us a new contract after the fact, which in the original contract, it does not state anything about paying extra or signing a new contract for all of my photos. In that contract, it says I get all of my photos and videography. It doesn't say anything about raw images and raw video. He sent over a new contract, which was never signed. I had consulted a lawyer and they told me not to sign it because that protects them. It would be ending moving forward with any kind of solutions that were not going to be satisfactory for me.
So as far as you were concerned from the original contract, you were entitled to every one of these photos.
Yes, that's how I was that's how I understood the contract, Your Honor. And again, raw photos and video were never mentioned in there, and that wasn't brought up until after he saw this album. Moving on from there, there's multiple conversations, emails that I printed out where sometimes I would get correspondence back, sometimes I would just be ignored. In our last conversation in December, where I again requested an ET on the video, and I knew the video was going to take longer because videos take longer. I completely understand that. I wanted an ET, I wanted to expect that. I was getting 3 videos, and I was not happy with any of the 3 videos. They put religious music on, and I specifically requested no religious music be used. Number 1. Number 2, the ceremony was chopped up in pieces. It's not a flowing ceremony, which I wanted. That was very important to me. Sorry. We had spoke to him. I sent him an email asking for an ET of the video, and I said that if I did not hear back, I was going to pursue legal action. And within 24 hours, I got the videos, and I was not happy with them. So we set up a meeting. That my husband was also on the call with. We did all of our.
Should I see the videos?
I did not download them because he was supposed to re-edit them and add. The first look wasn't even in the one video, and he said that he would added his assistant named Jasmine, who I never heard from. That he was supposed to re-edit the videos. There was no point in me downloading videos that I was not going to keep because they needed to be edited, and I wanted the music changed. I'm not a religious person. That was very offensive to me. So he was very aware of that.
So you feel like you're entitled to a 100% refund?
I do at this point because I have no access to videos. He has deleted them from his website. Again, this album was not changed prior to me filing this.
Did you delete the videos?
No, Your Honor, we have an expiration date set. We let the clients know right away to please download everything. It's in the email explicitly explaining that they're not going to be up there forever. Hosting large files.
So you can't retrieve those either?
Oh no, I can get those back up for her. Absolutely.
But they were supposed to be edited, and I never received those files. They were never edited for the ones that were posted.
I do want to satisfy my client, but I did get confused throughout the process on a few occasions. It appeared that she wanted every photo, every raw image, everything. There was photos that ended up in the gallery that I would never have given any client. And now it seems that she wants some photos removed and doesn't understand why they'd be there because they're ugly. And I'm having to explain myself for photos I would have never had into a gallery to begin with. The raw photos, I wouldn't expect a client to expect that from us. And it seems that she's even admitted to expecting a nice, cleanly edited gallery without feed shots, without all the extras. The raw photos, contain.
I gotta be honest with you guys.
Your Honor, in the last phone call that I had with Mr. Galgi, he was more concerned with protecting his assets. And I can have my husband vouch for that because he told me at one point that his company is going to be in the red if he has to go back and edit stuff and search for other photos and etc. My husband can vouch for that conversation. He was on every phone call with my husband once these photos were delivered.
Okay, but what percentage of these photos truly are unacceptable to you?
I'd say 80%. There were 2 photographers. The other one was Miles. He was a great photographer, and I told Mr. Gouch that. Miles did an amazing job with the men. His photos, they were cued.
Was he the one who took the picture though that blocked you from the
These pictures were all done by Nick. Miles has a separate album. The way that Falcon Film, they set up their photographers. For my file, it was Nicholas and it was Miles. I believe he's how.
Yeah, I can speak for ourselves in our delivery if you're
Yes.
wanting to address it. But yeah, we have 2 photographers. There's 1 full gallery, and each photographer is kind of split up to make it easier for the client to kind of search through.
And with that being said, one thing that did happen after the ceremony, when I asked for the other photographer to stay outside and take pictures of my wedding party, Nick made the comment, "I'm the lead photographer. You didn't pay for 2 photos. I'm the only one." And you can call anyone in my bridal party to verify that because he said that to them. And that was one of my arguments with Mr. Gauchi after the fact as to why I was being told when I paid for 2 photographers that Nick was taking the lead and didn't let Miles continue taking pictures. In Miles' album, there's a clear stop once.
Do you want the videos?
I'm sorry.
You want the videos?
As of right now, I want everything to see if I can make some kind of album. He's telling me that there were great pictures in the raw photos and that I would have to.
Okay, I know, but I want you to listen to what you're telling me. You're asking me to give you a judgment for the full amount of what you paid. And then you're saying, I still want the photos and the videos.
I feel with everything that I've been put through at this point, he did not deliver an acceptable album, and I want access to the videos or the other pictures to see if there's anything that I can salvage from this album. I have no pictures in there that are satisfactory that I can even hang up in my house. His comment was, he delivered an album. You delivered an album. I'm not going to argue that. You delivered an album. But there's so many pictures that are just not acceptable for what.
All I'm telling you is, you can't ask me to refund the money and still allow you to have access to the videos and the pictures.
Your Honor, that's precisely my fear. This is not the first time that we've been asked for refunds while the client still is posting the photos and telling people how much they love them.
I've never posted once any photo and told anybody about these. I've actually requested that my family and friends don't leave any negative reviews on his website because that's not what I was after.
But understand what I'm saying to you.
I understand what you're saying. I don't know how to move forward from here. I've never had to deal with something like this before. I came in here not knowing what to even ask for at this point. So
I understand it.
And I know that something like this is more emotional, right? I mean, a wedding, or in this case, renewal of vows, is a big deal. It's not like we're taking pictures of our kids playing baseball in the park. This is a big deal. And I can tell, and I'm not a photographer, and I can't say I'm really into photography to tell you the truth. I mean, I'm a bad picture taker, but I can even tell some of these are bad. I mean, she's right. You got feet shots. You got one where, I mean, even if I'm taking a picture and I got 7 or 8 men and behind a woman you want to capture everybody, not have one person blocked out by the woman's head.
I agree, but there's a variation. So in a lot of our galleries, you're going to see that shot, like where they're very close. Like that's the shot that I even get asked for. And the bridal party's blurry in the background as they're like together laughing and kissing.
The question that I'm putting forth in my brain is, to be honest with you, is how much is she entitled to? She's entitled to something. I just don't know what. And I haven't seen the videos, and you're saying you don't like them, but you want them, right?
I just want to see if there's anything I can pull from them to make an album.
I know, but but what I'm trying to tell you is nobody's providing me with the videos and saying, here's the problem I have with the videos. I don't have anything like that. So I'm really down to the pictures. Now you're telling me you don't like the videos, and I believe you. But I need to see what I might think is wrong with the videos. And I can tell you're upset by this, so you clearly, in my view, are not in here embellishing. You truly believe that these are bad photographs. I'm not sure how harmful it is that they're taking pictures of guys' socks. They were going to take unlimited pictures anyway, right? So if you didn't like them, you don't need to order them. You don't need to have them, right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
What's that?
I never even downloaded the album. I just took screenshots to submit today. But I don't have any of these saved anywhere. He can check his IT team for that. I never downloaded anything. If logging out here today means I just get my money back and I don't have access to anything, that's fine. Because I honestly don't think at this point there's gonna be anything in the raw photos. Because if there was, he would have brought something to show that, in my opinion, as a photographer.
You know, just so you know, I mean, maybe I've got a slight amount of ignorance when it comes to photos. But his standards have to be professional photographs. You're saying you don't like them. I'm not saying they're perfect. My issue here is I don't have a photographer who's similarly situated that does this for a living that is telling me this is just horrible. These are horrible photographs. You're saying it. And I don't see the problem. Like, I mean, I can see how some of these you could say are dark. And I can see how some of these that you are saying, that you're, she is right, though. I can't believe, a photographer should tell. Do you agree? You're the only one with sunglasses on. Would you take them off? Don't you think they should do that?
It's certainly we do sometimes, and sometimes they listen to us, sometimes they don't. But what it really comes down to,
You mean somebody that shows up at this is going to say, I don't care what you think, photographer, I want to keep my sunglasses on. They really need them on that bad for that 60 seconds.
the argument may not be as intense as that, but we try to do our best to resolve every moment, make the pictures as great as possible without, getting in confrontations with people. There's a lot of photos happening and a lot of people involved in them. And so we're doing our best, and when we're working with bridal parties, sometimes people are drinking. It was very sunny that day. That's a big mistake that I definitely wish the photographer would. I take responsibility for, that the photos were not 100.
How much do you think you should pay here?
How much do I think I should pay her? It's hard to say because, we showed up, we did what we were contractually supposed to do. We delivered all of our photos as we said we would, but I don't want any of our wedding clients feeling like this happening. So I definitely believe that there's something that should and could be done for her. I don't necessarily know the extent of what you guys are allowed to ask us to do, whether it's all compensation and money, or if it's like further deliveries without her needing to sign an agreement.
Well, I'm listening to you guys. You're going to tell me what you.
So obviously I don't want to give her all the money back. We actually have pretty fair pricing and she did receive a discount too. And we have a company where it really does pay our photographers fairly as well. I'm not going to be able to get that back from them. And as the owner, of course, I'm willing to inherit all that, but she's still at the end of the day going to be able to use the photos and the videos.
Do you have any reason to dispute that, ma'am? You're still going.
Right now, what photos am I supposed to use?
Okay, I know. Okay, but I just heard you say. I mean, some of these aren't bad, are they? I mean, man, listen, I'm not a photographer. I just go through the process. They're not always. I don't think there's a lot of nice pictures in here. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
And the album itself is brighter than.
Jennifer, give me a judgment form down here, will you, or print it out for me? But you
Judge,
think
I think Gina walked one down when she brought down that order on.
I gave you that back.
Come here.
You want to say that?
If not, I can print another.
General, the gallery.
Oh, wait a minute. I got it. Yeah, I got it. I got it, Jennifer.
This picture is a sample of what the album was. It wasn't a whole lot.
And I feel bad because
This album was not edited prior to me filing this report.
do you need me to include any other order here that you're entitled to? You've already got possession of everything, right, ma'am?
No, I have no videos. And I asked him.
Yeah, what about the videos?
So the videos are sent to our clients and they have a month to download them before they're automatically removed from Dropbox because we're limited on storage. It's very costly.
And for the last.
Well, wait a minute. I know, but you said you could reproduce those and get them to them.
Yeah, well, so we have everything backed up twice on hard drives. It's not as reliable as online. So I don't want to call it a guaranteed thing, but it's certainly something that we keep.
Well, that's kind of big for me to know before you walk out of here, before I make my decision. If she's not going to get any of the videos, there's going to be one thing. If she's going to get all the videos, there's going to be another thing.
Well, she'll get the videos.
What if she doesn't?
Well, then I guess I'm gonna see you again, right? That's what I have the videos. I have them backed up. I have them on a hard drive twice.
The videos were never edited after the last conversation I had with Mr. Galchi. They were never edited. There were never any new videos delivered. And his assistant, Jasmine, never contacted me. And the final email that I submitted in all its paperwork, I requested from Jasmine, I believe it was, when am I going to expect this? And I want to say that it's March, but I don't remember offhand. I would have to look at the emails again. But I submitted all that and I never heard a sound and the videos were gone. They were never edited. This has been my conversation with him the entire time. He barely communicates, and that's shown in every single email that I submitted. I printed out every single one of them. It's like pulling teeth to get him to communicate. I'm an ER nurse in a level 1 trauma center. I don't have time to keep chasing people. And I'm missing 2 days of work where I could be in my hospital to be here dealing with this after I've already dealt with this and looked through these pictures. This is not something I should have to deal with like this for an extended amount of time. I don't feel that you are, because when Mr. Guzzi served you, you said, I'm willing to do anything to make this right. And you had over a year to make this right.
All right.
So I think if I could be clear, like we did request some assistance with getting it right for her. We had multiple phone calls scheduled. And I do think that
I don't need to hear about your discussions for settlement. I really don't want to hear about them, to tell you the truth.
yes, sir.
Ma'am, this is hard for me. I'm not going to lie to you. This is very difficult. If I knew more about photography and studied photography, I guess I could make a more educated decision, and I feel badly for you. I can tell you're upset about it. And I can't say that I think that some of these photos aren't terrible photos. They are. Here's what I'm doing. How much was the filing and service fee, Jennifer?
Judge, that was 70 filing and 30 for certified mailing.
And what about
And-
service?
Service was 47.25 for each for the personal service.
47.25.
Correct.
So she's got 147.25 in court costs. Here's what I'm doing.
So $94.50 for me to hire a private investigator to serve him after he did sign for his certified mail.
Oh, then it
Okay.
must have been the 47 for each defendant.
And his LLC.
Slow down a second. Wait a minute. What do I have? I got 70 plus 30 plus 47.25 plus what?
And 25
time?
twice.
What's that?
I believe it was going to be 47.25 2 times. Once for each defendant. There were 2 parties served.
Is that right?
That would be
ma'am?
the
So it would be a total of $94.50. I have the receipt.
yes, that would be the 94.50, Your Honor.
So the total here is going to be $21.94.50 because I'm awarding $2,000 from to be paid to the plaintiff, plus 70, 30, 47.25 twice, and all videos from the August 24 incident are to be provided to the plaintiff within 7 days. If they're not provided to the plaintiff, I'm going to revisit this judgment because I'm taking into account that she's at least getting the videos and she has access to these photos. So that's my decision. Can you pay her right now and assure me that you're going to have the videos to her within 7 days?
If I could request some time to pay her,
How much time do you need?
I mean, 2,000,
How long?
I don't know what the normal request is, but quote 3 months. I don't 3 months, something I can say to you.
That's kind of a lot. Can you pay her $400 per week?
Yes.
You pay the judgment to plaintiff in installments of $400, and I'm going to start that beginning on April the 6th, okay?
So, just to clarify, are you like breaking this up as a complete kind of single price? Or are you like breaking photography?
I'm taking it down and saying, I think that these photos were not the best. And I'm taking it as saying, I believe her testimony, at least, that the videos were not the best.
Okay.
And I'm saying you charged her $52.25 and she paid it. And I'm telling you that I think that they missed the mark. And in my view, $2,000 is fair.
And so with a 40%-ish, 45% refund, we still are going to be expected to deliver her the videos with.
That's my order. And if you don't, then I'm going to revisit this judgment and I'm going to order that you pay more.
Yeah, I will completely understand.
Okay? I'm going to go home and wonder if I did the right thing on this one. That's the way I am. I did the best I can. That's all I can tell you.
I appreciate it.
Okay? Have a great day. So you're gonna pay $400 in installments weekly beginning April 6th. Okay? Thank you. Ma'am and sir,
I'll give you.
I want to make sure you guys have everything here that's yours. So please don't leave without taking everything, okay? I think I might have a little judgment. Get that one. Who cares? And then you guys take this and we're all set. Okay? Lukacs.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Laszlo A. Lukacs versus Laszlo
Right.
Lukacs and Linda Lukacs, 2600415. I also have a balance to pay. Who's Laszlo R? Where's Laszlo R? Your name?
Laszlo R. Lewis.
You owe the court $248.
I do.
Yeah. In 2024, you don't pay your court costs?
I paid today. I wasn't aware I ordered it.
That's 243-102. You're to pay that when you leave. Your name
Linda, Lucas.
and your name.
Laszlo,
You guys are father and son and you're suing one another, my lord.
unfortunate.
What is happening in this world? See, the property transfer, you say the property transfer financial payments not made. I don't know what you mean by that.
What it is, Your Honor.
Just tell me real quick, because I gotta swear you in and explain your rights.
Well, we bought a property jointly in Hungary back in 2009. I maintained it, I paid for it, and then finally, our 50%, since we are older, we tried to transfer it to him. My wife has left over 25%, I had 25%, but I made a condition that he pays me $450 a month fee. And then he didn't do that, and then I went to his house. I said, I don't know,
What in the world?
$350.
Hang on, hey,
You.
time out,
And then.
time out, time out, time out. I'm not even sure you're in the right court. If this is over property in Hungary,
Yes,
Jesus. Okay, let's just slow down.
slow down, okay,
If you're going to proceed in the small claims division, you're giving up rights. You're giving up the right to hire a lawyer, demand a trial by jury, appeal my decision.
I do,
You give up those rights?
I do,
You give up the right to seek in excess of 7,000?
I do.
Mr. Lukacs, you understand those rights?
I do.
If you give up, if you want to preserve those rights, just tell me, I'll remove the case and you can go to a high, I'll still preside, but it'll be in the general civil division. You can appeal, you can hire a lawyer, demand a jury trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You wish to give up those rights?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, do you wish to give up those rights?
Yes, sir.
Anybody force you to do that?
No.
Anybody force you to do that?
No, sir.
Anybody force you to do that?
No,
Raise your right hands. You solemnly swear affirm under penalties of perjury, the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God. Mr. Lukacs, Mr. Lukacs, Ms. Lukacs. All right, let's start over.
Okay.
So you guys, you own some property in Hungary, right, Mr. Lukacs?
may I read it to you? Or I'll give it to you so you can read it quickly. I summarized everything here,
Whatever you want
to
to
make
do.
it simple for you.
Well, I know, but he needs to hear it. Have you given him a copy?
Right here is the copy.
Give me the original then. Let me take a look.
Take a look at it.
And Mr. Lukacs, you want me to read it to you, sir and ma'am? Or do you want to review it yourselves?
I can review it this one. He left a copy of this in my wife's windshield a couple days ago. There's nothing relevant in here. I looked it over.
That's not in your windshield. This is, I wrote this up as a summary.
So you agreed at one point, did you, to pay him $350 a month?
Yes,
I'm asking you,
No, sir, there's no such agreement.
any of this in writing?
Your Honor,
Is any of this in writing? Did you guys put any writing together?
No, sir.
not the 350,
What's that?
not the $350.
Well, then how am I gonna give you that money?
Well, because on his word, Your Honor, he took over my company since 2013. for $360,000. He paid part of it until 2019. He still owes me $240,000 he never pays. On his word doesn't go nowhere. And I wouldn't be here asking for $350 today if he honors the date. He took the money out of my own company, $500,000 receivable, $58,000 assets, and he's still using those today. And he left me dry. I only live on Social Security.
Yeah, and
That's why I have a problem with 350. I would need it otherwise.
you don't owe him the money?
No, sir. This is his third attempt of harassment on me. The first one was dismissed. Last one was dismissed last year with prejudice. This is now the third time.
Was that in front of me?
Yes, sir.
Were they both in front of me?
No,
The second one was, I listed the case numbers on my, I filed a motion to dismiss. The second one. 185, 205.
Hang on.
The case number. It's just an ongoing harassment I'm getting.
Did I rule in his favor before on this, Mr. Lukacs?
no, I dropped up. We had an issue with a joint car. And that's what I was here the last time. And I dismissed that case. That's it. I never been here before on any case with him.
I thought he looked familiar.
Yes. He tried to. This is the.
Jennifer, they have another case in front of me?
Judge, not that I'm aware of, is there, let me,
No, did they, like a year or two ago?
let me pull up.
It's listed in my motion, 2025-25-00344 SC. With another one in 2021.
Where is that for?
That was also dismissed.
What is that for?
It's your case. I don't know.
Tell me.
I entered some dismissal with prejudice on 2025-25-00344-SC. I entered that on April the 8th of 25.
That's the
And
only
I'm
one
pulling
we
it
had.
up.
That's the only one I had.
And you.
This is so
And that was
sad.
over
How
a
old are you?
Mercedes, Your Honor. That was not over property.
It was over a what?
It was, the complaint and indicates it was over a 2004 Mercedes.
That's the only one, yes.
Well, that's not the same as here, is
It's
it?
not the same case, but it's always something different. This is now another angle that he's trying to harass us with.
Yeah.
You don't have anything in writing.
He's been in court with the union, local aid union for $1 million judgment.
I don't care.
And then they tried to implicate me.
You don't have anything in writing here where I can grant this relief for you. How am I supposed to know this?
Well, because he promised it. That's what my wife signed it in September. He made my wife sign it. I refused to sign it until October. And he had me over with the video conference. His wife was over there. I hand him a check, a copy of the check, went to deposit this money. My wife went back about a couple of weeks later.
You guys, this is sad. This
And
is
he
sad.
told her he's going to make up an agreement. That agreement never happened. Needs the money.
It's still, I don't care what you guys tell me, it's still sad. I don't think I can give you this relief. I don't know how I can. You got nothing in writing for me, sir.
Well, people make promises, right?
Well, I get it, but
I just heard you talking about all these cases. Everybody was talking on what I heard, what I said. The guy on the video said he believed what he was saying. I'm not here to lie. For us, it's a must money because our living expenses is beyond our income. He can return the property, Your Honor. Just give it back to me. Very simple.
I think this is so sad, you guys.
Not only that, he changed the keys on the house. in showroom, so we can't even get into
Did
it.
you do that?
I'm sorry?
Did you change the keys, the house key?
We did because we had all the family members that were getting in there, so it's been changed, but my family there has keys. They maintain the property, he has use of the property if he needs to use it. It's
But
getting currently renovated right now.
Mr. Lukacs, I'm sorry. You don't have enough proof here. I'm gonna have to find for the defendant no cause of action. I'm sorry. There's just not enough here. You can go down the hall and get a copy of this small claims.
With prejudice again.
I'm entering a judgment and no cause of action.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Your son, sir.
We're going on the record in the matter. The state of Michigan versus Josiah Atkinson, 26103.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sherman Abbott on behalf of Mr. Atkinson. Your Honor, we do not object this hearing is being conducted via Zoom today. Mr. Atkinson, please state your name for the record.
Josiah Atkinson.
All right, thank you. And I understand that we have Miss Amira Hoffman and Mr. Kevin Hoffman present. So I will give you, no, just Miss Hoffman. I will give you an opportunity to speak in just a couple moments, okay? All right, and so counsel, today is the date scheduled for sentencing on your client's plea to an amended charge of larceny by false pretenses, $200 to $1,000. The original charge of uttering and publishing, which was a felony, was dismissed by way of resolution between counsel. And did you have an opportunity, counsel, to review the report and recommendation with your client?
I did, Your Honor. There's no additional corrections deletions needed at this time. I would like to speak a little bit on behalf of my client before sentencing.
All right, you may proceed, counsel.
Yeah, my client's 18 years old. He is a freshman at Wayne State University. He's on a piano scholarship. He's a pianist. He's studying music there. He's also on the Wayne State fencing team. Your Honor, last summer at court, we thank you for allowing him graciously allowed to travel for his tournaments. Additionally, Your Honor, his mother has been full support of him throughout this. She's contacted me earlier. She's been with Josiah. She was with him last night. I do believe she is with him, obviously not on Zoom, but sitting with him today during this proceeding. So he does have good family support. Yeah, and I do believe this is an isolated incident. I don't believe it'll be repeated behavior for him. I would ask that you would adopt a higher recommendation moving forward. I think he could show you an opportunity to earn it. Your Honor, I did review, obviously, the recommendations for him to take classes. I would say in lieu of classes, Your Honor, I think community service would probably be better suited for him. He's a pianist. He has a gift. Him being able to provide his services, I think community service-wise versus classes, I think will be a better lesson, probably a better impact on the community.
Okay. All right, I'm going to hear from Ms. Hoffman next. Ms. Hoffman, if you'd like to step forward, please.
Good morning.
I'm sorry. Good morning. If you could please state and spell your first and last names for the record, please.
Amira Hoffman, AMEERAHOFFMAN.
Thank you.
I honestly didn't think I had the courage to come here today. I've never felt comfortable speaking in front of people. For this, I had to come. Nothing was ever handed to me growing up. I had to work hard for the things I wanted, and I still do today. My family and I are honest and hardworking people who just do our best each day. You hear about being a victim of fraud or identity theft or someone hacking into your accounts and taking your life savings. You just don't think it's going to happen to you. Well, if not for a quick thinking bank teller, that would be my family and me. I was already feeling some anxiety that morning from my upcoming yearly work review. It started early in the morning with a phone call from my supposed credit union inquiring if I had tried to send someone $500, which I had not. The woman on the phone sounded quite professional, and she stated that my online account would have to be suspended for 24 to 48 hours for an investigation to take place. I felt that it was odd that I received a call so early in the morning, but I thought that a fraud department could call at any time. The woman I spoke to tried to get me to give information over the phone and wanted to get my husband on the phone as well. I remember telling her that my husband was at work and would not be able to talk on the phone. This woman told me that I should be able to use my debit card, but not my online account. Since I was busy at work, I didn't think much of it at the time. I left work early and I had a short conversation with my brother about that, and he was worried about it being a scam. Things became increasingly more real as my debit card was declined at the gas station. I had to make numerous phone calls to find out why my phone wasn't working right, and especially why my debit card wasn't either, when I knew I had money in my account. All the red flags were in my face, and I was getting increasingly more scared as the moments passed by. When my husband called me on my work cell instead of my personal phone, as he does when he gets off work, it became very real that my phone had been rerouted to someone else. Once home, we spoke to the credit union, who stated that to help us, we had to come in, which we did. That is when we found out the enormity of our situation. Not only did the representative show us a copy of the check that Mr. Atkinson tried to cash for $9,890, and that he advised the teller there that he was my nephew. Also, the rep showed us our statement where $90,000 was moved from another account to our checking account. I can't express how sick I felt when I saw this. To know that the money could have been taken from us perhaps within a day or two. It would have ruined our devastating blow. My brother received a call from the credit union just before noon that day. They were inquiring if he knew Josiah Atkinson. The answer was no, not anyone in our family by that name. He proceeded to call my personal cell phone, and a voice that sounded like mine answered him. When he asked what account I was taking that kind of money from to write that large of a check, the person replied, "You know, duh." My brother knew right away that it was not me speaking to him, because in all my life I had never spoken that way. From there, he spoke to Lieutenant Herrick from Riverview Police Department concerning the situation. So not only did we have to open new accounts at the credit union, but we also had to make changes to our direct deposits at our jobs, my husband's Social Security payment, and many other things we pay for from our checking account. We had to go to our cell phone company to get a new SIM card in my cell phone to reset it and get it changed back over so I had control over it again. We see different things that need changes constantly as the days go by, and we are stressed more and more about it. While this person did not get the money he tried to steal from us, there isn't a day that goes by that we don't believe it can't happen. We have had to put safety measures with creditors in place and have special code words when we speak to each other on the phone. We have blocked our credit so no one can get credit in our names. We have had to spend hours on the phone to try and make things safer. We continue to experience things daily where we must fix an account due to Mr. Atkinson's actions. I feel Mr. Atkinson will continue to do illegal things to other innocent people unless the consequences for his actions are harsh enough. While I believe that Mr. Atkinson is just a small part of something bigger, and perhaps I cannot prove it, I truly believe Mr. Atkinson needs more than a slap on the wrist, because I don't believe that it will stop here. Thank you.
Thank you. So, ma'am, I do have a couple questions for you, because a few things I don't think were made clear to me prior to just now. Are you stating that there was $90,000 deposited into your checking account from a different account, but which
We
account?
had a savings account that was a special savings account that was from a house fire. That'd be a special account that had been moved into my checking account, which we had not done. And it was moved without us being notified or anything like that. And the representative that we spoke to at the bank, at the credit union, told us that that's something that can't be moved right away. It has to take several days or some kind of time frame before they can just move that kind of money. But that's something
So it
that
was
no.
So it was a pending transfer?
It was the transfer had already been moved from that account to the checking account, which is an account that was, an active account. And so that was probably, we were told that it was probably something that they were going to be able to either make transactions or actually try to move the money from the account. And because that amount of money, like that check, was just a big red flag to the teller at the that was just the first of things that thankfully that the teller was very, very smart and just said, but when they tried to call my phone number, because it was the three of us were on that account, tried to call my number, it went to the rerouted phone. And so of course I couldn't answer it. Tried to call my husband, he's at work, he couldn't answer it. And it went to my brother, who said, wait a minute, this doesn't sound right.
And so, so you did not have control over your own phone?
I did not. So whoever talked to me that morning, who I thought was the fraud department, kept me on the phone long enough to probably take my voice like AI. And when my brother tried calling me, and he's the gentleman sitting over there, when he called my phone to talk to me, to ask me that question, they had my voice taped, and he thought he was, talking to me. And so that's the new thing these days, apparently, that AI can, replicate your voice. And he knew when he heard me say the do, he knew that wasn't me, because I've never spoken like that to him ever. So it's been a horrifying experience.
Mr. Atkinson, do you hear all of the damage that has occurred as a result of your actions?
I do, Your Honor.
And what do you have to say about that, sir?
I am deeply ashamed and disappointed in my actions. I was not thinking rationally and acting on impulse and promises of quick money without really taking regards as to where the money was coming from. I don't know if I'm allowed to address Ms. Hoffman directly, but
You can. I will allow you in just one moment. But what do you mean, sir, that you were promised quick money?
by the check, Your Honor.
Right. So did you think of all this on your own, sir?
No, Your Honor.
No. So who were you working with?
I don't know their names, Your Honor.
How do you not know their names, sir?
Well, there were two people whose names I do not know. And they offered the opportunity to me. I wasn't thinking in regards to as where the money was coming from. And it was a rash and deplorable decision on my part to engage with them and attempt to remove money from Miss Hobson's account. I really do believe that she deserves every single penny she's earned, and I would never attempt anything like this again, knowing the consequences and scope of my actions. I'm
So let me pause you there, sir. Okay. So these two individuals that you don't know their names, how did you end up in contact with them?
Through a friend who put me in contact.
So a friend put you in contact with these two individuals for quick money.
Yes.
And so what was it that was told to you by these two individuals whom you don't know their names?
They told me that that I would have to go into the bank and cash a check. They gave me they told me that to take the account and to say it was for my college tuition, and that to say that my nephew, or that I was the nephew of Amira Hoffman, the person holding the account. And that's all they told me.
All right. And so, sir, have you heard of this saying, if it's too good to be then it probably
Your Honor,
is?
you broke up a little bit.
Have you ever heard of the saying, sir, if it's too good to be true, it probably is?
I have, and I'll be taking that to heart for the rest of my life, I think.
All right. And I know that you did address slightly to Miss Hoffman. You indicated you wanted to address Miss Hoffman, and you may have something else to say. You may continue, sir.
I truly do believe that you deserve every penny that you've earned, and I feel a very large amount of regret that I have affected you in such a large way. As a man, it's not the person I want to be affecting people, and I would never attempt anything like this again. I think that it's dangerous and it's unfair, and I never should have even engaged with those people or tried to take money from anyone in any sort of way.
Okay. So, sir, it is easy, sir, to want to get money quickly, right? That's a huge carrot that people often dangle in front of other individuals to get them to participate in this type of behavior. And shame on your friend, sir, for being complicit in this behavior as well. And it's unclear as to whether or not you knew the other parts of this scam that was going on, or if you were only involved in the check at the bank portion of this scam. You have now heard, sir, the extensive ramifications of this entire scam operation to which you were a part of in a very detrimental way to Ms. Hoffman. You were offered a significant opportunity from the prosecuting attorney. Ma'am, did you have any communication with the prosecuting attorney at all prior to receiving notice from the court's probation department regarding this matter?
Which is was it
the Wayne County prosecuting attorney, Mr. Mohammed?
I spoke to him
Okay.
at one point. Yes.
Okay. Or maybe Ms. Dodge you've spoken to, the victim advocate? Okay. Mr. Atkinson. It appears from the limited information and interaction this court's had with you that you are, by all accounts, a well-intending individual that got caught up in I don't want to say get rich quick because $10,000 is not rich, but that type of scam. I also believe, sir, that you are contrite and that you are remorseful. What I am going to do, sir, is I am going to, as a condition of your sentence, one of the conditions is going to be for you to work with the Riverview Police Department to identify the other individuals involved so that other people do not get scammed by these individuals. Because between the $10,000, the $9,800 and the $90,000 that was transferred, that's $100,000. And I can guarantee, sir, you are not going to be, you would not have seen nor received much of that money, if at all, by these people that claimed that you're going to get this money. So what the court's going to order is the court's going to, first the court's going to find that there is reasonable grounds to depart from MCL 769.5 after hearing from counsel, hearing from Mr. Atkinson, hearing from Ms. Hoffman. And ma'am, if you would like to continue to stand there, you can. If you'd prefer to sit down, you can sit down.
Sit down, please.
Yes, okay. That there is reasonable grounds to depart from MCL 769.5. The court's going to find the following sentence to be in the best interest of justice, to be reasonable and proportionate to the seriousness of the matter, taking into account the circumstances surrounding Mr. Atkinson. The court's going to order 60 days jail. The court's going to suspend that jail. Which means you don't have to serve it right now, sir. If there's a violation, you'll be serving that jail. 24 months probation. You are eligible for early discharge per the statute. The court will go over that a bit more and shortly. The court will also note that you are eligible under HIDA as well. There's a note as a as an agreement between counsel that the full restitution, if applicable, but I believe that all monies with that check did not get cashed and there was not any restitution. So there's not any restitution that's ordered. The court's going to order you not to violate any criminal law of any unit of government. You're not to leave the state without the consent of this court. You are to report truthfully to your probation officer as often as your probation officer may require, in person, in writing, or virtually. You are to notify your probation officer immediately of any change in address or employment status. You are to participate in an economic crime program, sir. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is so you can further learn skills so that you can eliminate behaviors such as this that are associated with other economic crimes. And hopefully, sir, there will be some discussion within that program regarding situations like this. You are to attend CASA meetings weekly. The rehabilitative goal for that condition, sir, is to help you learn tools to prevent you from engaging in this type of behavior again and emphasizing responsibility as well. You're not to have any contact with Mr. and Ms. Hoffman. You are to, the court's going to order $0 in restitution. And as I indicated, sir, you are to work with the Riverview Police Department to identify the other individuals involved. You may not have the names of the other individuals. You claim you don't, but should have been a red flag. But the friend that put you in touch with those individuals, sir, you're going to give that information to the Riverview Police Department so that that friend can give you the information that's needed so that other individuals in the community are kept safe from these predators. Is that clear?
That is clear, Your Honor.
The court's going to order a $500 fine, $100 screening assessment fee, $1,200 supervision oversight fee. That's $50 a month at 24 months. And since you're eligible for early discharge, up to half of that could be waived. $300 for the cost of prosecution, crime victim assessment fee of $75, justice system assessment fee of $50. That's a total of $2,225. There was a bond posted by Michael Marquette. That bond, I do not have any indication that, it's a surety bond, so that's not going to be applied toward fines and costs. As I did indicate, sir, you are eligible for early discharge as long as all of the following have occurred. You've completed at least half of your original term of probation. All probation requirements have been completed. You've had at least 3 months without any violations, and all monies have been either paid in full or you've made a good faith effort for making full payment. Do you understand all that, sir?
I understand.
All right. Any questions?
Your Honor, just one thing regarding his travel restrictions. His mom lives in Cincinnati, Ohio. I know we discussed it last court date. I just would like that condition be continued. He'd be allowed to travel to Ohio to go visit his mother.
Well, what the court will do, counsel, is the court will leave that open. And as long as your client's compliant with probation and there aren't any other issues that are occurring, then your client can submit that request to probation and it will be reviewed by myself as well. But it's not just an open-ended travel permission.
Thank you, Your Honor. No problem.
All right. Anything else?
No, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
All right, sir, please email into probation by 11:30 and they'll give you your next steps.
All right. Thank you.
Back to you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am, for coming in. Thank you. All right. The court is on the record in the matter of Stephen Stroya, City of Wyandotte versus Stephen Stroya, 2690.
Attorney Corey Westmoreland, appearing on behalf of Mr. Stroya.
Mr. Stroya, your name for the record, please.
Stephen Stroya.
Okay. And so today is the date scheduled for sentencing on your client's plea to the count of disorderly conduct. The second charge of resisting and obstructing an officer was dismissed by way of resolution between the attorneys. And counsel, do you have an opportunity to review the report and recommendation with your client?
I did, Your Honor. And at this time, the report is factually accurate. There's no additions, deletions, or corrections that need to be made at this time. And I would simply just ask that the recommendation be adopted on behalf of Mr. Stroya with consideration for 771.1.
All right. Sir, I got to ask. I mean, you're walking around without any shoes on, and you went into someone's yard to take a ladder.
I was just trying to get back to my place, and I got cut through a yard, and I was cold.
Well, sir, you live on Grozio. That was
Why not? I used to live on Roseville.
all right. Well, let me see here. Do we have your new address?
They have me tethered to his.
Interesting. When did you move to your new address, sir?
Well, I had been working on it.
When did you move to your new address?
I technically totally moved there on my tether day. I had been working.
What date?
January 20th.
Great. Okay. I don't know that we have your address, sir.
Oh, 376.
No. I found on the sticky note so we can make sure we have. Because we saw your address in Grozio.
Oh, sorry about that.
All right. Do you know Miss Campbell?
No.
Okay. Is Miss Campbell here? No. Okay. All right. And sir, were you intoxicated that day?
I was not intoxicated. I had eaten some RSO.
RSO?
It's a cancer treatment for my sister-in-law for brain cancer. It's a pot derivative. It's very strong.
Do you have cancer?
My sister-in-law has brain cancer.
No, you have cancer.
I do not.
So why would you take medicine that's not for you?
they were trying to figure out the dosage to give her. I said I would try it, and I'm still too strong.
To try to figure out the dosage for somebody else.
Yes, because
Do you realize how
it sounds silly, yes, but she was in very bad condition, and they were trying to figure something out for my brother.
okay, sir, I can understand that, right? But I'm going to presume that you're a different size than your sister-in-law.
Yes, I am.
Right. And you have different medical issues than your sister-in-law.
You're correct.
So why in the world did you think for you to try that is going to help figure out the dosage for somebody else?
They figured if it didn't affect me super strong, then it wouldn't, they could figure it out for her. They didn't have a true recommendation for it. Okay. Obviously, good thinking wasn't done.
I certainly hope that who's ever thought process that is working on changing that thought process.
Correct. Very.
All right. The court's going to note after hearing from counsel reviewing the report, the recommendation that it is that there is reasonable grounds to depart from MCL 769.5, especially based upon the 771.1 status, which your client is eligible for. The court will also note that the following sentence is in the best interest of justice, is reasonable and appropriate, and proportionate to the seriousness of the matter, taking into account the circumstances surrounding Mr. Stroya. And the court's going to order that you're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. There would mean RSOs, or just so you're aware, if you're not prescribed it, that's not for you. And the rehabilitative goal for that condition, so you can the court can monitor the progress in maintaining abstinence and sobriety. And then the court's going to also order you to participate in your management class. The rehabilitative goal for that condition serve is so you can learn proper coping or more appropriate ways to express your feelings and needs when you are in an upsetting situation. And the court's going to also order 3 days of the court workforce. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is so you can further develop life skills and get back to the community. Okay. All right. Any questions regarding those conditions?
One question for the workforce, is it the same as community service for other groups?
No, not necessarily.
Okay, because he had mentioned community service. So do they do that extra also?
No, I didn't order both.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't order both. Okay. So what'll happen, sir, is you'll be with a group, and then you'll go to whether it's Wyandotte or Riverview to perform whatever work needs to be performed.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You're welcome. The court's going to order a $300 fine, $100 screening assessment fee, supervision oversight fee of $450. That's $50 in 9 months since you're eligible for early discharge. Up to half of that could be waived. $300 for the cost of prosecution, crime victim assessment fee of $75, justice system assessment fee of $50, $120 for the workforce. That's 3 days at $40 a day. So that's $1,395, I believe, if my math is correct. Probation will correct me if I'm wrong. All right. Since I did indicate you're eligible for early discharge, you're eligible for early discharge as long as all of the following have occurred. You've completed at least half of the original term of probation. All probation requirements have been completed. You've had at least 3 months without any violations. All monies have been either paid in full or you've made good faith effort toward making full payment. Okay. Any questions, sir?
That was 3 months to have it all paid in full?
No. You have, you can request early discharge as long as you haven't had any violations for 3 months before you request that early discharge.
I was just curious when I have to have it paid in full.
Probation will give you all that information, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, he currently has a GPS tether. Obviously,
the tether can be removed.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
And Your Honor, is Mr. Jackson still in the courtroom?
Yeah.
His wife was having a medical emergency, so I'm not sure if.
Okay. All right. Hold on, counsel. Hold on, counsel, please. His wife is here with him in the court. Okay. She's having a medical emergency.
That's correct.
No, they're saying no, she's not.
Oh, okay.
All right, let me go off the record here on this one, and then Ally, let's go. So you're gonna go over to probation. Somebody will be with you shortly.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You're welcome. You as well. We're on the record in the matter of Richard Custer versus Jenny Garcia, 2600002.
So once I move out, then I gotta come back here to get certified.
Sir, I'm on the record on another case. You have to speak to an attorney if you need additional assistance. You, Mr. Custer?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna, all right. And are you Miss Garcia? Yes. Okay, well, I'll have the two of you stay there. Is there an I'm gonna, Mr. Custer, your name for the record, please.
Richard Custer.
Okay, Miss Garcia, your name for the record, please.
Jenny Garcia.
Okay, and so, is there a resolution between the two of you?
Yes, but the first thing I need to give you this, please.
What is that?
This is where the house, they try to sell it from under me.
She did, Mrs. Garcia did.
Ma'am, you're not identified for the record, so please don't say a word.
I'm gonna.
No, sit down. You're not identified for the record.
Okay, wait a minute.
Hold on, sir. All right. So there was a prior land contract case with judgment. I made a note in here. And then Ms. Garcia claimed that she made payments.
Well, we've got that all resolved, Your Honor.
Well, okay, but you indicated there was a prior land contract with a judgment.
That's finished. Now, the situation there, they tried to sell the house, and I didn't authorize that.
Okay.
I just.
What, all right. Before we get to that, what is it that you're stating is the resolution between the two of you right now?
She's gonna be out by April 15th.
Okay. And so then no other monies are due and owing. She's just going to relocate. Is that correct?
Relocate.
I'm sorry, sir. When I'm talking, you can't talk over me because the recording can only get one of us at a time.
Thank you.
Okay. So please keep your hands out of your pockets. So let me confirm. Ms. Garcia is going to relocate by April 15th. Is that correct, Ms. Garcia?
Yes.
And then there isn't any other money due. Is that correct, Ms. Garcia? Is that correct, Ms. Garcia?
Yes.
Is that correct, Mr. Custer?
Yes.
When you said not at this time, what do you mean?
No, I'm gonna forget about it. I don't really want it.
So let me ask this question as well. So there's already been a land contract case that this court granted judgment on. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And then you did not foreclose on that, requiring Ms. Garcia to leave. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And so when was the date of that judgment again?
I know it was almost 2 years ago.
Okay. So now she's been continuing to reside in the home.
Yes.
And now you filed this as a non-payment of rent case.
Yes.
But it's a it's a land contract case.
That was null and void 2 years ago. You already voided it.
There's no talking in court. I voided the land contract.
All right. 2 years ago.
I don't recall voiding the land contract, sir. What it shows.
So, all right.
Let me take a look at that judgment. This court says an order of eviction. So the judgment of possession for a breach of a land contract is entered. An order of eviction may be issued upon expiration of 90 days if defendant does not pay the total amount due. A money judgment for damages, and then it has that $21,000. Okay, that was by consent. Okay, and then you did not move for eviction at that time, correct?
We started to, and then she said she was gonna try and buy the house. And there was just other circumstances. Her mother died. She didn't get the money she thought she would get. And she sold the house. She didn't get the money she was supposed to get. And I can't wait any longer.
Okay, well, this is a breach of a land contract. It doesn't necessarily say that the land contract is now void. I don't have a copy of your land contract to see what that reads.
And she never paid anything since then.
And this wasn't 2 years ago. This was 5.5 years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't start.
Sir, hold on a minute.
Oh, he was talking to me.
Yes, I know that he was talking to you.
I'm sorry.
That's not how you talk to another person, sir. What was it that you said, ma'am? What was it you just said to him?
He said I hadn't paid anything. I just said I paid something. I was telling him.
I understand that. So how much did you pay?
Since what year? I have this right here.
Since 2020, how much have you paid?
I have these. Want to take?
No, I need you to tell me for the record, ma'am, how much have you paid since October 23rd of 2020?
These add up to 7,100.
Since October 23rd of 2020.
It's more than that, but my checks would add up. That's the only proof I have. 7,100.
All right, so sir, why are you telling her not to start?
Because right here, she's got a $4,300 water bill she didn't pay. And I'm waiving all that stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
She's supposed to pay $650 a month on the water bill, and I paid the last 3 payments. But all I want to be is out of this thing, and I want to sell the house.
So ma'am, you're agreeing to move by what date?
April 15th. I asked longer, but
Ma'am, you got a long time to figure this out. 5.5 years, quite frankly.
okay.
Okay, the court's going to indicate by consent that plaintiff is entitled to recover possession of the property, that defendant is to relocate by April 15th. If defendant does not move out by April 15th, plaintiff will apply for an order evicting the defendant. Please keep your hands out of your pocket, sir. And additional money may be owed if damage to property occurs or rent continues to accrue. And additional partial payment will not prevent the court from issuing an order evicting the defendant, and no money judgment will enter. And then I will make a note that since you're improper, the court will have to draft the judgment. Ma'am, this isn't school. What can I help you with?
And approach.
What's your name?
Renata Bellis.
I need you to spell your first and last names for the record, please.
Renata, capital RAE, and then Ballas, B like boy, ALLAS.
Okay, and what is your relation to the case?
I am the realtor for Mr. Custer. I had the property listed for 2 years now, but I haven't been able to do anything because of the situation.
Okay, what is it you can add to this?
On March 11th, I received a call from a company called J Parr Realty. Evidently, I was told that Miss Garcia went in there, signed paperwork to list the home, while the home is currently listed under my MLS. And
Okay, so how does that affect this ruling of the court?
I don't know that it affects Your Honor. I'm not sure, but what I was going to ask is if you can order her not to go to any more real estate companies and try to list this home.
Well, ma'am, I would love to order that. However, that's not an issue before the court.
Okay.
It's up to her. It's her peril if she's going to continue to fraudulently try to sell a home that she doesn't own. And shame on whoever she signed a listing agreement with that they didn't pay attention that she wasn't the owner. I have no idea. But
That's when they contacted me and let me know what was going on. I was a little bit confused because they're asking me to take the listing off, and I said, why? I'm not under contract yet. It's going through litigation.
okay. Ma'am, let me be very clear. You're not the owner of this home, are you? Is that no?
No.
Yeah, great. No. You have zero standing to go file anything for sale of the home. Nothing. You don't have that right. If you're proceeding along that path, ma'am, you could be facing criminal charges. So you may really want to rethink your process. Okay. The court will sign that as soon as it's done. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Off the record.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Pablo Pena. I thought you were gonna stop coming to see me all the time.
Yeah, I know what. This is a continuing of when I saw you last time.
All right, this is file 25268OT, People versus Pablo D. Pena. That's you, sir?
Yes, it is.
You're charged with no valid operator's license in the city of Three Rivers on February 17th. No valid operator's license is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail, a fine of up to $100. That carries 2 points on your driving record. Mr. George, the Three Rivers City Attorney, has agreed to reduce this to a charge of allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code. That one carries no points. Does get abstracted to your driver's license and won't affect your ability to keep or maintain your driving privileges. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Let's take a look at your ticket.
If I might add, I do have a payment plan set up, and I also have a job interview tomorrow.
Yeah, you got, you also have a pre-exam this morning on a felony case. You owe a bunch of money. We just talked about it. $1,240. So you got another one of these. You did make a payment, but your next payment is due April 6th. Where were you going on this particular day?
If I remember correctly, I was coming back. I was going home.
Coming back from going home.
I think I was going home. Where did I get pulled over at again?
This ticket isn't in here. It's not in my queue. Let me find it.
Oh, it was on, I believe it was in by Myers, or I had just dropped Amber off at a job interview, which she has a job now, and I was going to Myers to get lunch. Picked up my prescription. Yeah, right there in the parking lot. Yep. I remember now.
Well, you just keep driving around like you have a valid driver's license, like nothing changed. 25268.
Do now. Since
yeah, this was 131 in Broadway at noon. Stop vehicle for equipment. Does not have valid driver's license. That was in February of 26. This is 26,268, not 25. The felony case that you're here on today was from July. Your last driving case was from July. They reduced that to allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code. You got a driving suspended in 2020, you owe $150. You got a no valid operator's license in 2024, you owe $270. You got a previous allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code, you owe $275. So the last 3 driving charges, you paid none. Then you get this again. And you got a felony methamphetamine charge pending later this morning. I will say there's 0 times that I put somebody in jail on allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code, but you deserve it. Tell me about your job application.
It's tomorrow. Interviews for precision wire. They said that I'll probably start at the end of this week. So
how'd you get here?
My daughter, daughter-in-law, her stepdaughter. She's on the car right now.
What? So you got somebody out in the parking lot?
Yeah.
All right. Let's make sure you didn't drive here.
Yeah, she's out there.
All right. I'm going to set this for sentence on April 21. At 9 o'clock. Mr. George will be here that day. I want to see if you get the job, if you pay anything on your other fines and costs, and what happens with your felony case.
Yeah.
If you're going to go to jail on the felony case, I could do jail and run it concurrently. But right now, you ain't doing too good. That's going to probably be a busy morning. It'll be the first day back from a vacation. But let's see what happens with everything else. All right, Mr. Pizzi, you're good to go. I'll see you on Tuesday, April 21st, 9 a.m. I want you to pay on your payment plan. All right. All right. Other waivers?
Pablo Pena.
Pablo Pena.
And Your Honor, as it relates to his license, he did tell me that his license he has a valid license. He just doesn't have the card.
Yeah.
I'm not involved in that case, but
I'm waiting for this mail right now. I have a valid license.
Or Jenny, could you help me, please? I think Laura's probably between here and there. Can somebody help me, please? No one can hear me. All right. And you were. Run a new driving record on him and see what his status is. Good morning, Pablo. Thank you for joining us on short notice. We got one more case to do and then we'll take up your matter. So this is People versus Pablo Da Vinci Pena. File number is 26336FY. Mr. Pena is charged with retail fraud in the first degree in this matter. The complaint alleges that on December 23rd, you stole property from the Meyer store that was worth more than $1,000, charged as a 4th habitual offender, making that potentially punishable by, I think, up to 15 years or more. This is the time and date set for a pre-exam conference. My understanding is going to waive that.
that's correct, Your Honor.
Do you have a waiver there?
Yes, she gave us a paper waiver.
All right. So you understand that by signing that waiver, you will be giving up your right to have a preliminary examination in this matter, and the matter bound over to circuit court.
Yes, I do.
And the language says, I, Pablo Pena, voluntarily waive my right to a preliminary examination and understand that I will be bound over to the circuit court on the charges and the complaint and warrant. And that's what you signed?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Oh, good, I needed those. All right, thanks. As of March 17th, you have a valid license. Well, what did you run me around the P patch for?
I'm not all there this morning. I apologize.
You're not even a very good liar. You couldn't even remember the name of the person or what they were. But according to this, as of today, you have a valid license.
Yes.
You still got a bunch of unpaid stuff, but sometimes it's easier to lie than tell the truth. So you just did the first instinct that you had. But I can't find you in contempt for driving to court because you have a valid license. I didn't like the fact that you lied to me 3 times, but so I guess I don't need to do anything else with that. It's set for sentencing on April 26th. I'll see you at that time. All right, your felony case is bound over to circuit court. Will be set for a pre-exam or status conference sometime probably this summer. But don't get in any more trouble. I said that when we started. You said you weren't going to come see me for a while, so.
I got a job now, so.
All right. How about if you don't come back for a while? All right, you're good to go.
Thank you, guys.
All right, so we finished all of our cases but one. We just went right from arraignments into pre-exam conferences. I believe we've taken care of everybody that's in custody, out of custody. And we had one defendant that got here a little after Ms. Strong had started talking to everybody else. Also, we had a pretrial, Mr. Stephen Higgins, who was sitting in here. He came in like he thought he was supposed to. Hopefully they could get somebody to see him from the prosecutor's office. He was going to bring in proof of insurance and license and probably get his case resolved, hopefully. Anyway, the case that's left is People versus Jody Lynette Wood. That's you. The file here is 252390FY. You're here with your lawyer, Ms. Casey Strong. Also present is Joshua Robert, Chief Assistant from the Prosecutor's Office. And you're charged with possession of methamphetamine. The file number 2390. Let's look at this one. The complaint alleges that you possessed methamphetamine on August 3rd in Lockport Township. That would be July 3rd. What does the complaint say? Complaint says August 3rd. The affidavit says July 3rd. Fairchild Road. With a couple of dogs. I've seen you walking your dogs out there. They're pit bulls, weren't they?
Yeah, they're pit bull, and then one's like probably this big. He drugged me down the road a couple of different times this summer. So I learned to walk them one at a time.
All right, they took you to the hospital. And they found some methamphetamine in your possession as the allegation. Prosecutors agreed to dismiss the felony charge. Is that correct, Mr. Robert, for at least a use of meth?
Yes, Your Honor. And it might be a no contest plea, which we have no objection to.
Yep, we're asking for a no contest plea based on the fact that she was having emotional issue and was later taken to the hospital following the incident.
All right. All right. So let's break this down. They're dismissing the felony charge punishable by up to 10 years imprisonment for a plea to a misdemeanor charge of use of methamphetamine. Use of methamphetamine is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $2,000. Do you understand the charge? All right. Now, by pleading no contest to this, you don't admit what happened, but you also don't deny what happened, and you would allow or accept that a conviction would enter. Do you understand? And you've signed this document giving up your rights and to have a trial and all the rights that go with it. Do you understand you're giving up your right to have a trial by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this? Promise you anything?
No.
Now, by pleading no contest, you don't admit what happened, but you also don't deny what happened, and you would allow or accept that a conviction would enter. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So I'll use the police report or the affidavit of probable cause for a factual basis. Now, you were walking your dogs. Was this at about the time that George threw you out of the house?
His parents, because it's his parents' house.
Yes, yes.
But I never came to court or anything, so I don't understand how they.
All right, but anyway, you were living in the house, then you weren't there anymore.
Yeah, we split up for about 3 years. And I was staying over on US 12, and we got back together, and we've had so many.
Where do you live now?
Right there.
On Freese Road? After all the effort to get you out of there, you're all back in the same house?
Well, he stays at his mom's and has basically all his stuff at his mom's. And I stay at the trailer by myself with 10 dogs. And
let's keep it on track. Yeah.
No, I'm interested in this.
Yeah, but.
Because if I put her in jail, she got 10 dogs.
Yep.
She has a previous use of methamphetamine charge from 2024, and she hasn't paid the fine it costs. If I gave her a methamphetamine test today, it would be positive. She's got all these pit bulls in that trailer terrorizing the neighborhood, and I don't know what to do with her. All right, this was way back in July, Miss Wood. And this would have been, I guess, 6 o'clock at night. And they were concerned about you, so they came out. Did you have some sort of anxiety attack or something?
Yeah.
And then they took you by ambulance to the hospital.
Yes, and I got a couple other ones too also, and then when I was just in jail for this warrant, I had an anxiety attack when I was in there too.
All right, so that much we can get with your memory, but they did a search of your backpack and they found a baggie with some small amount of methamphetamine residue in it. Okay, now I got to figure out what to do. You have the 2024 use of methamphetamine that you haven't paid the fine, $330. You've also got a retail fraud ordinance case, 25296. Let's look at that one. That's a civil infraction ticket where they allege that in February of last year, you did a retail fraud at Walmart You didn't answer it, and they entered a default on the civil infraction, and you owe $250, and then it goes up. You had a disorderly conduct under ordinance in 24. That earlier meth case. You had a retail fraud second, which was also Walmart. All right, in that earlier meth case, you got arrested. They were looking for somebody else and they arrested you because you had we got rid of the disorderly person, and then I didn't do a PR bond. Let's see what finally happened. Pleaded use of meth. Dismissed disorderly person. I did a judgment. Ordered 21 days, credit 12, leaving 9 days to serve, and a fine with a payment plan with your other unpaid cases. So you got out of jail and never paid anything on the payment plan. So that was in the date of the conviction was May 13th. So you got out of jail, and shortly thereafter in July, you're still using methamphetamine. And I suspect you're still using it today. I don't know what to do with you. Do you have any source of income?
I've got a lawyer for SSI and they're taking it to for an appeal. And I'm waiting to hear back from them. I've been going to community mental health for 14 years and this stuff, you know the Wood family, so stuff that's been going on with me and him is just, it's, that's really worked on me hard.
I'd put you in jail right now for about 30 days just to dry you out. I don't know how you would afford the dogs, and I don't know how you afford to continue to buy methamphetamine. And you're just killing yourself. But if I did that, I'd have these 10 pit bulls locked in that trailer by themselves. What are they doing for you at Pivotal? Are you on any medications?
I'm on like 7 or 8 different medicines.
And you take them as prescribed?
Yeah.
Well, mixing methamphetamine with them isn't a good plan. Right, just nullifies everything that they're supposed to do. We sent you several notices about the payment plan. You did call in August and ask about it, but then we never heard from you again. 1 million days in jail is probably too long. Let's find a place to put this. I don't really, a pre-sentence might help, but I don't know what they're gonna tell me that I can't figure out myself. Casey, we just scheduled you for April 1st, didn't we?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna give you a drug test when I see you next. The problem is you can't just stop using methamphetamine. It's like telling you to stop holding your breath. I don't know what Pivotal is doing. They're treating your mental health issues, but not your substance abuse issues. The last time I just gave you 21 days in jail, enough time to clean out. And within a month or so, you were using again, probably the next day. All right, you need to make provisions for the dogs. I'm gonna see you on April 1st. I'm gonna give you a drug test. And you haven't paid any money on any of your payment plans since August.
I'm getting my taxes back. Can I?
All right, well, that would help your cause of action.
filed in a couple of years, so.
The day I saw you, neither of the dogs were on a leash. They were running ahead of you.
Oh, when George was, yeah.
All right, well, it's not a dog complaint, it's a meth complaint. You just had one and I did a short jail sentence. And I didn't accomplish a thing other than keep you clean for 20 days. I frankly don't know what to do, so I'll hear from the enlightened prosecutor and your lawyer. But Ms. Wood, it's likely there's going to be a jail component to this. As I said, I would have done it right now, but I don't want animal control to have to go out there and deal with 10 pit bulls in a trailer. So we'll go to April 1st when your lawyer's already set to be here, and we'll address it at that time. All right, you're free to go. Ms. Strong, are you done? Could you stop and see me before you go? Thank you. Thank you, Mr. O'Bear.
Judge, if you're gonna hold our contempt, we can just do it if we're on the record.
That sounds like a break. Can you take my phone?
We only get a couple more chances to do this, Josh, so I'll cherish our every Tuesday. All right, let's stop the live stream.
Oh my. I forgot that I completely changed that. That's crazy. I need to set that back where it was. So how is everybody? That's all we got. I want to thank you for coming by, saying hello in chat, hanging out with me. It's always a pleasure to have my friends coming by to watch a little bit of court with me. Same Wolf time, same Wolf channel, every single night of the week. Let's see if I got this fixed. I think I did. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The little things, ladies and gentlemen, it's the little things that make you happy. I don't know why I had to fix that right now as the show is ending and not wait until an appropriate time to get that done. But it had to be done, ladies and gentlemen. Mama understands. I'm sure Felix understands. Alex, good night. Thank you for coming out. Kiernoth, great to talk to you tonight. Beldrosa. Mom, I'm scrolling here. Steven, it's good to talk to you too. I don't know what I'm doing. By the way, everybody, Rhonda's making a very good point in chat right now. I have a redirect set up going directly to Hutch right after this concludes. So, do want to say, stick around. There's more to come. Hutch has promised that what he's put together is very good. And it's already started about 10 minutes ago. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a crazy St. Patrick's Day for me. My power was out for most of the day. I scrambled to get this put together for us, but wow, those cases do not disappoint. I hope you enjoyed everything that I put together today. I'll have more tomorrow, same Wolf time, same Wolf channel. It's 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. You know. The main thing I need to do right now is I need to say a heartfelt thank you to Living Like a Cat for the amazing support they showed tonight in chat. That's a rhyme that I did not mean to do quite like that at that time. Oh my, I think I did it again. And again and again and again. Ladies and gentlemen, I might be a little punch drunk. It's been a long day. We have lots more content coming out on the channel, so keep an eye out. Stuff be coming out overnight. We got more content coming out during the day tomorrow. So I hope you enjoy the standalone videos you have coming straight to you. And make sure you comment on this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's comment in the comment section about all the videos we got coming out day in and day out. But for now, let's go to say hello to Hutch, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I'm your lone wolf Usul. I am out. Oh yeah, that's why I had to fix that right now. So I could literally just do that. See, I told you, it's the little things. Little production value things. You just don't get stuff like that with other channels like this. You know? You only see stuff like that, like shows like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.